Hey man, say man, it's been a while. Happy New Year, Happy Trill Year, Happy clutched up, clutched out year because we finna take it over. Big boss how boss dog can't come through the door to talk to back spoke about soliloquy. Never tell times don't last because people do not be sure. Call them in the fall like maybe matter. Pete Pete game 84 was mine. Remember the numbers 988. But before I get to the main entree, the main thing, remember clutched up, clutched out. You know what I'm talking about that. Boxer finna introduce our second host, future Hall of Famer legend. Brody in the hustle, aka Coach B. Salute to all our soldiers. Let them know how you doing, brother.
Hey, what it is, folks. Just like he said, it's a new year. It's gonna be a clutched up year. Cause like he said, clutch finna take over. Clutch factory finna take over. But we clutched up, we clutched out. Y'all know what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about that boxing. Hey, happy new year to y'all. I don't know what saying y'all go by. I don't know what lifestyle y'all live, but I don't believe in the new year, new me. I do believe in the new year, time to turn over a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? So I do apologize for being up out of the loop. Shout out to K Po for keeping the show afloat while I was trying to rebuild my boat. You feel me? But it is what it is. Y'all know what I'm finna tell y'all. The saying ain't changed. You know what I'm saying? God wake y'all up. He put breath in your body. Everything else is extra. Get up, do you, take care of the fam. Don't let nobody steer you away from that. And with all that being said, we got a few things to talk about. So I'm gonna pass it back to K Po. Let's go ahead and continue the show and let's let them know how we flow.
Let's step into the next conversation today. Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield, his daddy, right? They're giving an option. As you don't know, Floyd Schofield is number one in the WBA. Devontae Tank Davis is just stripped of his belt. He's now the champion and resets. Floyd Schofield has the opportunity to become the full champion. They asked him, hey, would you rather fight Lucas Body or Lamont Roach? He said Lucas Body because he's on Netflix. And Netflix is in a bigger home. And, where's Lamont Roach? On PBC? Yeah, no. So, Coach, my thing is, well, my question is, what's the bigger fight to you? And it's Floyd Schofield Ducky. Let me know something.
Uh I'll be honest. I don't I don't care to see Kid Schofield against neither one of these guys. But if I had to put a dollar on it, the bigger fight would be Lamont Roach. Now, the twist to this situation is Lamont Roach himself. I'm a veer off little bit right here. Lamont Roach himself, after watching him fight Tank and Pitbull Cruz, I now see why Lamont Roach's career is kind of in the position it's in. And I'm not saying he's a good boxer. He's a solid boxer. He's a solid fighter. All in all, he's well rounded. But he just doesn't have the it factor when he steps in the ring. He's not able to control the entire fight. He's not able to seize the moment. He's not able to capitalize on the moment. He's not able to be the rising star in the moment. Because if you go back and look at the Tank fight, regardless, I don't care what nobody say. Everybody's, oh, Tank lost that fight. Yeah, you banking on the controversial count by the referee. Tank taking a knee. And you can say, oh, a punch landed, but come on now. We go back and look at that punch that landed. That punch wouldn't affect my 5-year-old daughter. And I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a bean. He landed a little soft jab with the end of his glove, and people like, oh, he rocked him. Tank had to say, no, bro. Like, come on. Now, granted, am I saying Tank is right for taking that knee? No. But that ain't on Tank. It ain't on Roach. The ref started the count. The ref stopped the count. He gave Tank a warning, and that's that. So if y'all got an issue with the fight, it ain't with the judges. It's with that ref. So if y'all got an issue with the fight, go take it up with the ref, who was in charge of that fight. But again, like I say, in that fight, when you look at Lamont Roach, he didn't really do anything other than just finish the fight by not and not get knocked out by Tank. People see that fight and act like Tank ain't never been hit before. Act like Tank ain't never been punched hard before. Act like Tank ain't been touching the fight. We all know Tank ain't the biggest defensive paralysis fighter when he get in there. Does he have defense? Yes, he does. But again, it was just one of those nights where Tank looked like he wasn't taken serious, and Lamont Roach was attempting to capitalize in the moment, but he didn't prevent Tank from being Tank. Now let's segue off into the Tank, to the Roach and Pitbull fight. That fight, a draw. I don't care what nobody say. And if I'm not mistaken, Roach took he went down in that fight. He had a knockdown counted against him in that fight. Yeah, he battled back. He kind of started whooping Pitbull towards the end. And if I'm not mistaken, if you get knocked down and it's counted as a knockdown and you come back some way, somehow, and make the fight look good on your behalf, that makes it a draw. So I don't understand how people saying, oh, Lamont won that fight. No, he didn't. How? And again, and in that fight against Pitbull Cruz, he wasn't able to capitalize in the moment. He wasn't able to finish him completely. I'm not saying knock him out. I'm not saying get a TKO. He wasn't able to finish the job against Pitbull Cruz because throughout that fight, some rounds towards the end went to Pitbull Cruz. Some rounds were controversial, and some rounds Lamont Roach was just not there. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, this is a real draw. This is a true draw. If you want to see what a true draw looks like, and you know boxing, and you want to understand boxing, go look at the Tank and Roach fight. Go look at the Roach and Pitbull Cruz fight. Those are actual draws. If you watch the fight through and through, round 1 to round 12, those are actual draws. Just look at it. Turn the volume off and watch it. Those are draws. Those fights are actual draws. But again, it all boils down to Lamont Roach not being able to rise to the occasion and show the judges like, hey, we got our next guy. This guy deserves to be in that elite crowd. He's just not doing it. I get it. It's heartbreaking. It's heartfelt for him and his team. But at the same time, even me watching it on the screen, I'm like, nah, it's something missing from Lamont Roach. I wouldn't put him up there with the elite of elite. But anyways, him against Kid Schofield. Uh, like I said, I don't think he's ready to. That fight just wouldn't make sense to me. Is it a good fight? Yes, on paper, but in the ring, I can just see it going into another draw. I can just see it being another draw because I don't think Kid gonna knock him out, and I don't think he gonna knock Kid out. That fight would be another draw, and for him to fight, how you say it, Body, him fighting Body, I definitely don't like that fight. The Lamont Roach fight is a bigger fight. Body, his last fight against Sylvie, I believe it was Ashton Sylvie or something like that. He got lucky. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just being honest. That wasn't a skillful knockout. That was the guy swinging for the fences and hoping for the best. Three. He threw that punch at least 3 or 4 times before he finally knocked him out. And his head was down, his eyes was closed. He was ducking, he was ducking, holding on for dear life, making sure he didn't get hit with something in return. By that Body fight, no. I get it. You want to get your money. You want to be seen on TV. You want to get your fans up. You want to be seen and all that other good stuff. Cool. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to build on your promotion. You're trying to get the money books wide open. Cool. I understand that. But at the same time, I'm not interested in neither one of these fights. There's plenty of other guys Kid Schofield could be fighting at this point in his career. You just beat Tevin Farmer and you beat him fashionably. You know what I'm saying? You got the asterisk on your resume and you choose to go fight Lucas Body. That don't make sense to me. That, that don't make sense to me. I'm going to look for a guy, and it ain't gonna be no Lamont Roach status either. His last 2 fights are draws. I'm not going to look for that either. I'm going to look for a guy who gonna bring me some more, excuse me, notoriety and help me continue to level up in the ranks. No, I'm not looking for it. Neither one of these fights are interesting. I'm going to look for a guy, and I'm gonna leave it like that.
Yeah, for the question purposes, Lamar Roach is a bigger fight. But I do agree with you, Coach, when it pertains to neither one of these fights might not even be entertaining. Um, when you look at Body, like you said, the Sylvie fight, Sylvie was boxing circles around Body. Boxing circles around him, dude landed a lucky shot. Hey, get that out ring. Now he's looked at as this guy who's just a killer, but it's like, bro, he hit a 3 pointer from half court. That's basically what happened. He shot a 3 pointer from half court on football. He threw a Hail Mary. Receiver caught it. They won the game. Everybody go home. That's what happened, right? So when you look at those two fights, man, it's like I know Body signed by Jake Paul and he's on MVP, but I think the Schofields want the Body fight is because they don't want to deal with Lamont Roach. They know Lamont Roach is a tougher fight. Now, do I think that Lamont Roach is just this elite fighter? No, but he's skillful, and I could see a draw. I agree with you on that. A draw will come out of that, and I think that they really want him to win his first title. So they're looking at who is the easiest route to that. Well, I'm just gonna go through Body because Body's just a violent puncher, and that's just what that boils down to. He just hit hard. He ain't really got no skill, no IQ. From what I seen, it's just he hit hard. So and one way to bully the bully is to bully him, right? So if Floyd Schofield stepped to him, right, that power is non-existent. He gonna get caught in a situation where he got to throw another Hail Mary punch again. Lamar Roach, that fight goes to a draw, like you said. So I think Schofield got to look for other competition out there to elevate his name and his brand as he gets his first title. Nah, if he wins his title, I want him immediately in unification against Abdullah Mason. That's just what that for me. That'll let me know where he is. Right? You beat that dude, hey man, I ain't got nothing but respect for you. But until then, you keep fighting Lucas Body and you want to fight Lamont Roach. I'm sorry, But like I said, to answer the question directly, I feel like he's dunking Lamont Roach. I think they want Lucas Body because they know that's a more winnable fight. They know the dude only got power, and that's why they going down that road.